Today's lesson we're going to focus on the volume of prisms and cylinders. So we're first going to start with the volume of a prism. Okay, volume of a prism is the area of the base, capital B, times its height, which is h. So one thing that changes with this is what kind of base it has. Okay, so this is the area of the base. Alright, now that could be length times width if it's a rectangle or square. It could be base times height. If it's a parallelogram, it could be 1/2 base times height. If it's a triangle, it could be 1/2 apothem times perimeter. If it's a regular polygon. So that part of the formula can change. This h right here is the height of the prism. Okay? And again, that is the exact distance between the bases. Okay? Alright, so let's try a couple of examples down here. Alright? So in this example, this is a rectangular prism. With a rectangular prism, what we're going to do is we're going to pick two of the rectangles to be our bases. Alright? I'm going to pick the top and the bottom. Just make sure they're parallel with each other. Those are the bases in this problem. Alright, so volume equals area of the base times the height of the prism. Now this area of the base is going to be length times width because they're a rectangle. So 24 would be my length, 20 would be my width, and 10 will be the height. So if I plug everything in, it's going to be 24 times 20, and then times the height of the prism. To do that correctly, you get 4,800 cubic centimeters. Okay, let's try another example here. Again, volume equals area of the base times the height. Now in this case, our bases are triangles. So this thing is laying on its side. And the bases are the parallel faces, which are triangles. So my formula for that part is going to be 1/2 base of the triangle times height of the triangle. So let's plug that in. So it'll be 1/2 times, this will be the base of the triangle down here, 6. The height of the triangle is 10. And the height of the prism is the distance between those two triangles, which is 5. Okay, calculate that out, you get 150 cubic meters. Next, we're going to take a look at the volume of a cylinder. Technically, it is the same formula. However, the bases of a cylinder are always circles. So this is a fixed part of our formula here. Area of a circle is pi r squared times the height of the cylinder. This is our volume formula for a cylinder. Let's try a couple of examples. Okay, here volume equals pi times the radius squared times the height of the prism. Or I'm sorry, the cylinder. In this case, the radius is 3 and the height of the cylinder is 8. So I'm going to calculate that out. Plug everything in. First, I'm going to do my answer in terms of pi. 3 squared is 9 times 8 would be 72 pi centimeters cubed. Or we can actually calculate that. And if you do that, you get approximately 226.2 centimeters cubed. Okay, last example here for a cylinder. Again, volume equals pi r squared times the height. Alright, let me get everything ready to go here. Alright, now in this case my diameter is 16, which makes the radius half of that, which is 8. So that goes in for the radius. The height is 9. Okay, so in terms of pi, if I calculate 8 squared, which is 64 times 9, I get 576 pi cubic feet. Or I can calculate that out, and I would get approximately 1,809.6 cubic feet. Either way is they're both the same answers. It just depends on what the directions are going to tell you. That concludes the lesson on volume of a prism and a cylinder.